Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Tony boy.
At least we know we're gonna get out of the fucking. Oh, now it's recording. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, now I got it.
Fucking A, dog. Fucking
Okay.
A. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick fucking introduction. Testicles 1, 2. Testicles, it's your boy Trebles Garcia. This is Paranoid Radio Podcast, the best show with the best content for the best listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a 2-week show, giving you a double dose of greatness, and starting with one of the fucking hardest episodes we're ever gonna drop. We actually started recording this shit 20 minutes ago, and now we had to fucking restart because I wasn't recording. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Every record has been destroyed and falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every moment, every date has been altered. The process is continuing day by day, minute by minute. And a quote, the improbable dreamer on IG. We're enduring the final hours of an agenda playing out for a very long time. When the media and the cycle governments, defense industries, and big tech all meet eye to eye on one narrative, the message is obvious that that history has stopped and all there is an endless present. To shed some light and striking where the iron is fucking hot, Flash_News 1, my deep state correspondent, is here to help me deliver an emergency podcast payload for the mid-month report. Welcome back, Flash.
Yo, what's up, bro? How we doing, man?
Damn, this is the second time we're doing this shit.
Yeah, man. Listen, we had a little warm up. Yeah, that's cool. You know,
all right, okay. All right, so when we started with the fucking balloons, and we're gonna jump right into it, guys. We're not gonna waste any more minutes. Check this out. We started talking about what the fuck's happening right now. We're gonna bring the payload on, starting with the balloon, and how they are hiding the information on the Republicans attacking Twitter and all the good shit. Go ahead, take it over, man.
Yeah, man. So, I think when that first balloon story came out, the China balloon story, I think the only reason why it came out was because somebody in Montana on the ground, saw it. Those balloons are supposed to go be at 80,000 feet in the air. You're not really supposed to see them. So I think maybe it came, the weather pattern, something happened where it pushed it down. So then the White House was forced to admit it. Oh yeah, not a big deal. It's just a balloon, and then it turned into the China thing, which is, I think, it's just weird how quickly they just said it was China. Like, how did they
first?
Know it was China?
First, China said it wasn't theirs, then it was theirs,
right?
Because it makes them look like legendary.
Absolutely. So they're going to take credit for that. No, of course. But so that's what was odd to me. So then now, and then the White House said that they actually detected it a couple of days before that, but they were just watching it. But the balloon went over. But the balloon was over the nuclear silos in North Dakota and in Montana. You know what I mean? So, and those are some of the most unpopulated areas in our country. So, so they could have shot it down, and they should have. That's all military area over there. There's just nothing. There's just nothingness over there. It's just fields and fields. So, that to me was weird that they just allowed it to finish spying until they shot it down. They waited till it went all the way across America, and then they shot it down in the water. So then I thought that maybe, they didn't want anybody to find it because there was going to be American flag on it or some American writing on it. So that's what got me thinking. Okay, so maybe that's what's going on. And
I think maybe Biden's playing for fucking the Chinese side. They just wanted to make sure to allow the Chinese government to capture those images.
Absolutely. And then it would just prove that American companies are working with China to build spy balloons that are actually spying on their own citizens. That's actually what ended up happening. So, the video I made took off because I think a lot of people were feeling that at the time. And, I thought maybe it was a little bit of a reach, but so it turned out that, now that the reports came out, that there is American writing on the parts in the balloon that they recovered. So that's exactly what happened. Either it's ours and they're just trying to blame China as a fear op, as a psyop to try to get people's fear levels up because the Russia-Ukraine thing is kind of dying down now.
Putin needs a way out.
Talking about that, absolutely. So now and Joe Biden needs an enemy. That's the thing. It's like because when you see poll levels this low for a president throughout history, wars start. Literally, wars start over bad poll numbers. Like this is how dirty
and bad economy are. Because the only thing that powers the U.S. economy is fucking war.
Is war, oil, and and it's going to prop up our dollar, which is failing right now. So there's so many reasons why we would want another world war. Obviously that's what we're doing in Ukraine is we're escalating that to a world war. It's a land dispute between two countries that really have nothing to do with us. But so now the fear is switching to China. So now I think when people are afraid, they're more easily controlled. We saw that with COVID, so now, they need a good distraction because, like you were saying, the Republicans are now focusing their investigations, now that we have the House majority, into Twitter, the weaponization of the government, the Twitter
tearing
files,
Twitter
Elon
up
apart, and they deserve every bit of it because, and it's not just about the Hunter Biden laptop, even though that's kind of the spotlight of what's going on right now, but that just encompasses everything that we've been trying to say, it just into that one thing where they literally censored a huge story about corruption involving a presidential candidate at the time, Joe Biden, and his son, and it was covered up by not just Twitter or Facebook, all of it. You know what I mean? You couldn't even Google it. They said it was hacked material, that it was Russian disinformation. 51 ex-intelligence officers, CIA directors, both Republican and Democrats, said it had all the earmarks of Russian disinformation. Like, for you to say that, and it was 10 days before the election. This is election interference. Do you know what I'm saying?
Censored.
So now come to find out that you fast forward and there was a poll taken out about would this have changed your vote? And 56% of Democrats said it would have changed their vote if they would have known about Hunter Biden's laptop. So that's a difference making in the election was only won by 30,000 votes, 10,000 in Arizona, 10,000 in Georgia, and like 10,000 in Pennsylvania. That's it. So, if 56% would have changed their vote, that would have been, it was already a landslide for Trump. We know that they stole the election. But so now we have this without doubt proof. So, nobody wants to actually report on this. So as soon as all this comes out, all these clips are coming out, these fire clips about, all these patriots grilling the fucking Twitter employees. There's a fucking Chinese spy balloon. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like all of a
they
sudden,
censored doctors, they censored shadow banded politicians, and they also
Yep.
stopped the fucking information coming out for COVID and the vaccine.
Exactly. That's why it's bigger than the laptop.
This
It's
is
much
not a
bigger
lie.
because it's right. No, this is all facts. And now, and that's why it's bigger than a laptop. It actually goes to people's health because they were censoring Harvard educated, Stanford educated, PhD, microbiologists. They were censoring these people about their views on COVID, how it got out, how it really came from the lab, how it was actually spreading, the vaccine, how everybody didn't need it, 99.9% survival rate for anybody under 65. All of this was censored. And this is all information that we needed. You did not need to get your child vaccinated. Your child was never at risk from COVID. Only 400 kids died from COVID, but they all had cancer, leukemia, 400 under the age of 18. This is not a serious illness, and it's not even a serious illness in general.
And unfortunately, a lot of people died believing they didn't even get to see their fucking elders, their kids, the last moments of their breath, or even put them in the fucking ground. In many different countries, not only in this one. And on top of that, they lied. And this is, you send me a link where people can find this information. It's called C-SPAN, right? And this is actually a very resourceable and recognizable news outlet.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, so C-SPAN, bro, like C-SPAN is lit because they actually show there. It's not even like a news channel like where they have people talking about what's going on. Like, they just show the live footage of the hearings. That's it. Like, there's no commentary. It's just the camera and the hearings. That's it, live, the full hearing.
What is the name of that Republican lady that was tearing up Twitter apart, bro?
Yeah, so it was Lauren Boebert from Colorado, and then it was Anna Paulina Luna from Florida. These are two MAGA people these are the people they didn't want in. This is why they spent $500 million during the midterms to
trying to block it.
Ukraine with the FTX cryptocurrency to try to stop as many as they could, and they did a pretty good job actually. They stole a lot of those elections. Kerry Lake,
not good enough.
But not enough, exactly. And so a few trickled through, and now we got like I said about that, how important it was about Kevin McCarthy and why that whole speaker battle was so important. With the Republicans, a couple months ago, was because we had to hold him to account to make sure he was going to be an actual conservative Republican and America's first patriot, and put people in positions of power to ask these questions, to make a weaponization of the government committee, to go after the Biden administration. You know what I mean? So now we're getting somewhere. But as soon as we start getting somewhere, a Chinese spy balloon, 4 UFOs get shot down for the first time in the history of history, the first time in the history of times. We shoot down 4, and then we tell the public about it. And then all of a sudden, and then boom, the Ohio train fucking derailment happens.
There's spy balloons allegedly all over the world now. We shot one down here, 2, 3, 4 of them here in the US, all right? And now as soon as they saw that the balloon thing started trickling down, that the media started connecting, and it started bombarding our senses, everything that you read, listen, and hear right now, everything that you watch is spy balloons, UFOs. why all of a sudden? So I said this on the previous not recording because we weren't recording. So I'm gonna mention it again. I'm a kid. I'm born in the 90s. And when I was coming up, there's two things that I was fucking trained to be ready to. It was zombie apocalypse and UFO invasion. When I see UFOs, dog, before it was taboo, I was one of the fucking hardest believers that when national moment came, I was going to pick up a gun and defend the earth with human race, like fucking Independence Day. Very powerful, right? And I was, something that you're mentally trained to. My inner child is fucking happy and excited that I'm going to go to war with these fucking entities trying to take over our planet for our water, ETC, our gold or whatever, right? So I'm okay, excited. But the fucking man in me, in my gut, is telling me that this is a fucking psyop. Now, JB from the Federal Academy and Rogue One Media has been telling us, because he's a galactic reporter, he really believes that there's alien races out there that are also behind our politicians and et cetera, et cetera. Now, not to discredit that, but he also told me and told both of us that this is not the real UFO. And he has a point. I think we could both agree on this. Why is it that after decades and after the UFO term being fucking tabooed, just like conspiracy theorists, right? Why is it that after the government covering up the UFOs and Roswell and the biggest fucking UFO crashes and attacks and whatever encounters and telling people, oh yeah, you weren't fucking abducted, that's not a real thing, you were never probed, et cetera, now it's accepted, and now we're not only fucking shooting them down, but now we're making it public. Get the fuck out. Okay, that's the problem.
It's just such a side, and you got to look at the timing. You know what I mean? This is all the investigations, the corruption about Joe Biden's coming out, the Pfizer stuff's coming out, the vaccine stuff's coming out. People are waking up. The closer we get to the truth, the crazier shit we'll get. And I've
Epstein's list.
Oh my God, how can we forget about that? Epstein's list, over the 196 names came out. Bill Clinton's all over it. All these, you know what I mean? So this is, and the last time the whole Epstein stuff came out, there was a mass shooting. Like, so you could just
somebody died.
And now there was another mass shooting in Michigan last night. You know what I mean? So now the Ohio train stuff, I think a lot of this is a distraction from that, because this Ohio train the derailment thing, bro. This is huge, like, bro. This is like a Chernobyl level, probably one of the worst environmental disasters in this country's history. Just because of where it is, the heartland, and that's some of the most fertile land in this country. It's East Palestine in Ohio. The water supply goes for over 30 million people in the United States. 10% of our population's water comes from this area, and it's all draining into the Ohio Basin, into the Ohio River. So this is, and nobody's talking about
this is going to be impactful for the next decade to come, dog. And coincidence, this is when the Great Depression was happening. We call it now recession, which is already in play. It's already affecting every single American out there. I think it was more than 60% of every American lives check to check nowadays, right? In every single fucking state. Maybe I think the number is even bigger than that. And I sent you a message yesterday where I was trying to put dots together, dog. In 1930, the Dust Bowl did the same fucking thing in almost that same region of the country. And I don't say region because it's the center part of the United States of America, where the crops were dying because it was a huge cloud of dust, and they called it the Dust Bowl. And this is historical facts. People could look this up. This is right before World War II. And the only thing that saved us was the war, basically. So there was famine, no food, no crops, no eggs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what the fuck? Okay, you said something on the last evolution recording. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme.
It does rhyme.
Wow.
100%, bro. And and the closer, like I said, the closer we get to the truth, the crazier things will come, because now this is going to send everybody in a different direction. Now there's going to be congressional hearings about this. It's going to take the attention off of the Twitter investigations, off of the corruption investigations, you know what I mean? So like this is how it works. But they wouldn't be doing this if they were in control. These people are out. The deep state, they're not in control, even though they have the White House. They're not in control, because that comes with controlling the minds of the masses, and that's what they're losing every single day. That's why, another video I made that took off was the one about the cyber pandemic coming up. And that's, like we see the telltale signs of that already coming. The World Economic Forum's already talking about it.
What is this? What's going on? Is it the GPT shit, or what's going on?
No, like a cyber pandemic. I think like they're gonna either shut down everything. Shut
EMP.
Down. It is going to be EMP, or it's just going to just be the internet, because at this point the internet is not helping them anymore. For a while it was helping them keep, people asleep, but now it's just people, there's Truth Social, there's all these other platforms now that just Rumble, you know what I mean? So people are getting their information from other sources. And that's why you see literally CNN closing buildings, doing their worst ratings ever. Fox is down in the ratings. They're the tallest midget, right now, Fox, they're doing better than everybody else, but comparatively so from 10 years ago, they're way down. The Washington Post just lost 500,000 subscribers, so all of this is happening. This is part of the Great Awakening, and this is why if you follow Trump on Truth Social, he keeps putting out these stories about how the mainstream media is failing, because this is what he's been saying is the fake news. You're going to fail. Been saying this for years. Everyone's like, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. Now look, he's not the president. Nobody wants to read these bullshit headlines anymore, because they saw that all the stories about him turned out to be fake. At the time, they got clicks, you know what I mean? They made some money off of it, but time does tell, the truth comes out. So now we're at the point where, these people are in full panic mode, and we had another mass shooting in Michigan State. You just got to look at the timing of these things, so now like
the UFO scenario.
I was just going to say that they want to tell us about the UFOs now. So now they're saying that it might be research balloons that were actually, there before, but now they're just taking them down because they could have gotten to the flight path of private jets or, or some baby public transportation, story. Whatever. So right. So now they're saying it's definitely not aliens. So now it makes me think maybe it was, but I don't know, but this is the point of it.
That's the plan.
That's it. It's taking us off of all of the things we were on already that we were fucking dead right about. All these things that were coming out about Pfizer, about the corruption of our government, about the weaponization of our government, and we were actually getting sworn testimony. And these people that are being called to testify, they are very powerful people. They have a lot of pull. Especially the CEO of Pfizer and these drug companies. These guys are fucking sociopaths. You know what I mean? The CEO of Pfizer, he's a fucking veterinarian. He's not even a doctor, bro. And his specialty in school was sheep fertilization. So this guy knows.
Say that again. Wait, I don't want that to fly over my head. What? Wait.
The CEO of Pfizer. You can look him up, Google him. He is not a doctor. He's a veterinarian, and his specialty was sheep fertilization and sterilization.
Albert Bourla?
Yes, that's his name. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's a veterinarian. So this is
Bill Gates. Like I told you, Bill Gates couldn't even fucking keep viruses away from Windows, and they want to keep viruses away from us. Get the fuck out.
Or he created the viruses and then sold us the antivirus.
And then the eggs. Okay, so there's a much things to touch on here. Okay, so you said that the UFOs are real, guys. Don't fall for that shit. It's fucking baby back bullshit. If they are, they wouldn't come like that. They wouldn't. They're ready. Look, Project Bluebeam. People are getting ready for this shit. People are too awake to not be expecting Project Bluebeam. But even at that, the propaganda, the media has such a grip on the masses that they're gonna think of us as conspiracy theorists, as always, as terrorists, as the people that they're fucking. They lost control. They lost grips on reality, etc. That's what they're gonna fucking say. All right, So UFOs are not real. I don't think for a fuck that's a military psyop. It's a fucking distraction, keeping 100%. Us away from the Epstein fucking thing, keeping us away from the Twitter files, keeping us away from the Democrats and the fucking Republicans, and keeping us away from Joe Biden's dirty dealings. And
the Ohio train for sure.
Okay, in the Ohio train, which is the biggest disaster in human history.
Well, they just arrested a journalist for trying to report on there. They arrested him. I have a story on mine because he was trying to take video of something, and he was trying to ask certain questions. What chemicals were in there? Come to find out, there's more chemicals than they originally said, not just the vinyl chloride shit, which is the worst for you, like ever. It causes cancer. There's actually 3 other kinds of shit. I don't know, man. This is looking like sabotage to me. Come to find out who owns Norfolk, the railroad. JP Morgan Chase, Vanguard, and BlackRock are the owners of Norfolk Railroad, the train that broke in the fucking.
And those fucking railroads were also under protest recently because the people wanted fair pay and better infrastructure. That's not a lie. That's real fact. Connecting the fucking dots. And no, that's not all. This fucking chemical cloud is gonna. I'm not gonna call it the dust bowl. I'm gonna call it the chemical bowl because it's gonna fucking fly. It's gonna rain on the soil, and guess what's gonna happen to your crops? Keep a vigilant look to your fucking crops and your fucking sources of food because now they're gonna get affected. A lot of the fucking food comes out of this area of the region of the country. It's not look. We're predicting right now. Predictive programming has been fucking settled in us for a very long time, and we're probably theorizing here. But most of the times that we're theorizing this notion with this energy, with this passion, it comes true specifically from you, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Listen, we've been hitting the nail on the head a lot, and that's because we're paying attention, bro. And I think at this point, as long as you're paying attention, nothing's crazy to you. Nothing is, you know what I mean? I said every day was going to be like a present for truthers. I said it on January January 1st, and then like literally every single day has been like, oh my God, like look, like, and then now we can connect the dots because we know the playbook. So now I think, like their next thing is so now they're doing another mass shooting. So I think something big is coming, bro. I think, you got to look at a lot of terrorists are coming over through our southern border right now. Where they're
talking about terrorists. Iranian terrorists
I was just thinking
in Texas, and then the day after the Texas derailment. So that's another derailment. Then North Carolina, another derailment. What the fuck's going on? This looks like
in Texas. It does in Texas too. That they had another one. And I think there was another one in South Carolina. So yeah, like this is happening, and it's all hazardous material.
And as soon as the balloon was shut down, they took pictures of these fucking areas of the country. Then the derailments happened. This is a terrorist attack.
It looks like we're under attack. I mean, we are at war. We're at war. Absolutely, 100%. But it's just the enemy is in the shadows, and it's using other people as a face to China, Russia. When really it's the Western liberal elite liberal world order. That's the same enemy as who's Putin's fighting, who's Trump is fighting, and who China is fighting. They don't want globalism either. So the enemy of my enemy sometimes is my friend.
Dog, I got you for 5 more minutes, dog. Give us a little light on the egg situation. What the fuck's happening there, dog? I call it the white gold, bro.
Bro. This is crazy. So there's a war on eggs. I mean, we've been seeing that. Chickens slow down with their laying of eggs in the winter, but the people are seeing it way slow down.
I guess the feed is owned by a specific company that has been
Purina, right?
So, and they put out
these are corporations. You know what I mean? And so go ahead.
They put out, I guess, a new project to grow the company, right? Because they also produce eggs. So that what they started doing was selling specific feed to the small growers and small hen owners. And they started, which made their hens not produce any eggs. And guess who monopolizes out of that?
Whoa. Exactly, bro. So then now the people that realize that they changed their feed to a homemade feed and their birds are laying eggs again. So this is no conspiracy. This is what it is. And now the price of eggs are shooting up. Come to find out on the NIH website, you can look it up. It's on the government website, NIH.gov. Just type into the search there, eggs. And then there's a study that was done in 2021 about the protein in eggs and the yolk specifically.
Whoa.
That actually stops the binding of the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein onto your cells. So not only that, it could be used. So knowing that information, that is what's making people sick with the vaccine.
Rewind. This is the trailer. This is the trailer right here. Rewind. What? Okay, wait. Egg stops COVID?
So essentially, that's what the study said on the NIH website. There's a study of eggs. I had it. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you too. And on there's something about the yolks and eggs, and the protein in the yolks and eggs stops the binding of the SARS-CoV-2 to your cells. So essentially, it's almost like a natural vaccine to COVID. Also, it can help you detox from the vaccine because it takes the spike protein off of your cells. So and not only that, then you have Bill Gates with the fake eggs, so he always manipulates things so he can make money.
He's trying to make fake eggs by 2030.
Absolutely. Now all of a sudden eggs are, the price of eggs are up 100%. Come to find out they can help you fight COVID. They could detox you from the vaccine. And, that's why they don't want you to happen.
He owns the patent to the vaccine, and he owns the patent to SARS too.
Come on, yeah. I mean, and this is what they're trying to stop us from talking about. As much as fun it is to talk about the UFOs and the balloons because it's important, but this is what really is going on, and this is and the agenda is being laid out in front of everyone, and it's hopefully it's not too late, but I think the Patriots win in the end, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL team, the NFL fucking big Super Bowl was predictive programming. They had fucking UFO, alien, abducting bunny rabbits, abducting people and eggs, this and that. They had everything's all predictive programming, all the commercials. So make sure you stay tuned to Paranoid Radio Podcast and not to the mainstream media or any other television. And stay tuned to Flashy_News1. Flash, thank you so much for fucking coming through, dog, and dropping bombs, dog. We killed it.
Anytime, bro. Anytime, man. Let's get it, bro.
Where can they find you, dog?
Flashy_News1 on Instagram. I'm over on Truth too, but I'm posting mostly on Instagram, man.
That's right, man. I appreciate you coming out, dog.
Absolutely, bro. Love you, kid.
All right, man.
Hi, bro.
Paranoid Radio.